Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are tapping into your Akashic records to see what big blessing is happening to you next. And to do this reading, looks like this one is the first one. We are going to be pulling out 3 piles together. The first one has already come out. And I just want to mention, if you like to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you'll find a timestamp to that down in the description box that will take you straight to the part of the introduction where we shuffle the zodiac signs and find out in which piles they're going to fall into. So if you're interested in that, it's down in the description box. Okay, but if you prefer to pick your piles using your cards, then let's check out together and see what cards are coming out in today's reading. For pile number 1, you have Venus. For pile number 2, you have the Moon. And for pile number 3, you have Conjunction. If you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the beautiful Carnelian. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you have the Desert Rose. And this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, you have the Fluorite. And this is what your crystal looks like. So, take a look at which one of these, let me put it this side so you can see it better. So, take a look at which one of these piles, 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the piles for you here today. As I always encourage you, please trust your intuition. Whether it's drawing you to just one pile, you know that's the one, then this will be your pile. Or whether it's drawing you to several piles, or maybe even today all of them, you will find that there are strong messages that are coming through for you in terms of what big blessings are happening to you next. Your soul knows the way. It knows intuitively that these are your piles. So follow it. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I am about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, then please pause the video, take as much time as you need before heading to your reading. But if this is something that you prefer, picking your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys. And what I like to do is shuffle your 12 zodiac signs around really well, making sure I get into the corners, and there we go. And shuffle them really well. And then in a moment, we will be drawing out 4 zodiac signs for each pile. All right, so I think they have been shuffled really well. Let's draw out the first 4 zodiac signs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the signs for pile number 1 are Virgo, Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio. The signs for pile number 2 are Pisces, Capricorn, Libra, and Taurus. As for pile number 3, the signs are Aries, Cancer, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and how they're associated to each pile for today's reading. Please feel free to choose your piles using your rising sun or moon or any other placement that you prefer or feel like you want to use in today's reading. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian. Your card is the Venus card. And if you chose your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs are Virgo, Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it, and do note that in a general reading, some specific details may resonate with you and act as a confirmation sometimes, and at other times it's just meant for someone else, and that's the nature of a general reading. So if it, matches with your zodiac sign, that's awesome. If it doesn't, so as many other things in a general reading, but the most important thing is that you can see overall that this is the energy that matches your reading. Okay, so these are the oracle cards that we will be using in today's reading. This one kept sticking in my finger as I was putting the deck away, so I'm going to take it for you. And I'm going to pull out 2 cards from this deck. I'll take this one, and it looks like the other one's coming out as well. And to be honest with you, I do see this strong split here, and so I'm going to take this 3rd card. Okay, so these are your oracle cards for today's reading. We already know about this one. This is the Sun in Scorpio. Oh, sorry. There we go. The Sun in Scorpio with endurance. And remember when I tell you the zodiacs, they match up the energy of the reading. You do have Scorpio in today's reading. So that's what I mean by the energies will be matching the energy of the reading itself. Okay. Let's keep your beautiful Carnelian there and check out the other cards. Right, so you have the Othala Markstava with independence, breaking cycles, and also the keyword single. You have Gefyun, interesting. Let's keep that there. You have Temple. Interesting, with dedication. Okay. You have insomnia. You have defeat, supernatural evil. And it's like you're thinking about something. You're very afraid of something. This person has insomnia, staying up at night, and I feel like these are their thoughts. Because when we sleep at night, sometimes we are afraid of the shadow, and sometimes we think of like, oh, what's moving there? That's how I'm connecting these two. And I'll tell you what I'm seeing in a moment. It's like you are overcoming your fears, and that's so nice to see for you. And finally, you have villain. Yeah, it's like a really serious situation that you could be afraid of, that the reading is pointing towards. Because, in tarot, it's always there to guide us, not to make us afraid. And so if I'm seeing energies like that, and then you get the sun in Scorpio with endurance, I'm definitely seeing you breaking a specific cycle, especially one of fear. So let's continue and let the cards guide us. I'm creating space for this one there. Again, do you see that? It's awesome. You're overcoming some great fear that you had. You have the sun in Aries right on top of these cards. And let's see how you're overcoming these fears and why they're showing up. You're worried about them because you can see toss and turn. All right, so nice to see. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and ask. Because as you know, today we're tapping into your Akashic records to see what big blessing is happening to you next. Whoa, that was cool. So, I mean, at this point, you see what I'm saying? So you have the Strength cards. This is what I mean when I say tarot is never meant to be read like, oh, this bad thing is going to happen to you. Does it show sometimes that something's going to happen? Yes, but it always shows you guidance. Strong guidance is there to guide you and not there to make you afraid. Thank you so much. So you have the 10 of Wands, end of something that was so heavy. That's the 10 of Wands, right? So you've been carrying in your mind something so heavy. You were so afraid of something and you're overcoming it in this phase of your life with great strength. So happy to see this for you. You have the Tower card, and this Tower card is awesome. You see how the witch is there, standing there, smiling at us. Can you see your card? My apologies. Smiling towards us. Very confident about what she's done. Something came down that wasn't supposed to be there. The coming down of something bad. Okay. You have the 5 of Pentacles. And it was leading to a lack of something. This fear. You have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, fear. You're keeping what you have, reserving what you have. Okay. So, what big blessing is happening to you next? The Chariot. You're moving from the darkness to the light. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. And 2 10s here. Definitely signifying an end of a cycle. And you going from energy of feeling like things are very heavy to energy of feeling absolutely blessed. There's great dichotomy in these two energies. And that's why moving from the shadow to the light. You have the Judgment card. Again, it's a card of rising above a situation or rising above something. You have the Hanged Man. The Star card, love that. You have the King of Wands. The Page of Wands. And finally, you have the 2 of Pentacles. I heard 2 options as soon as I saw this 2 of Pentacles. Not even just 1, also 2. Okay, so let's take a closer look at your cards to see what is the blessing that is happening to you next, now that we've had a general idea of the energy of the reading itself. This card is really making me, is grabbing my attention. That evil that is staring us in the eye. You know, you've got the eye here. And like we've established, these are ideas that could have been keeping you up at night. I can't also help but notice the Temple, which is taking a big space in your reading. You know, these 2 combinations make me think of traditions with the Temple specifically. Like, old ideas and traditions that were maybe holding your mind hostage to a certain way of doing something, and it was really making you carry so many responsibilities. Another aspect that is making me feel like these are ideas is because you have Gifyun here. Let me give you a quick introduction. So Othala, the rune Othala, is of family, heritage, but the Othala Markestava, reversed, right, means independence. You've got Gifyun in your card, which I've noticed in the very beginning. And as you know, Gifyun is the goddess of the unmarried, childless women. And as you can see, you probably put the picture together here. As you can see, for a long time, women have been blamed or judged for not getting married, for not having children. And even to today, you know, there's still, it's not as a big deal as in the past, of course, but there's still this stigma, and there's still this I would say societal frown or unpleasantness. So but definitely in our day and age, women have definitely been freed from this whole situation, whether society likes it or not. If a woman doesn't want to, she's not going to do it. So that's an awesome thing. But what I'm trying to say is you're breaking from an old stigma these days. And as you can see, the energy of the Akashic records is like knowledge. It's giving you the full picture of what's going on here and the energy of what's happening to you these days. So it looks like you're breaking from an old stigma. It was the only idea that was keeping you in an unpleasant situation. You see, with Venus in love and Gifyun, it's like exactly as the example of the energy of, as you can see here, the Akashic record trying to show us, is the exact idea of perhaps a woman in our day and age that has chosen a different path than love, than children, and having that stigma around her. And you can see here with this card, she's broken away from the stigma. She found her independence. She's broken this cycle, and she's decided to be single, you know? So you can see in that energy here that she's chosen a different way. And such is your energy too, depending on what stigma has been keeping you up at night. You could have been afraid of something not happening in your life. You might have thought, oh, but what if this doesn't happen in my life? Or what if I don't get that job? Or what if I don't make this type of money? Or what if I don't go down that path that everyone's going towards? What will people think of me? Or what will happen to me? There is an idea, whether you're aware of it or not, that is keeping you hostage. And these are just examples. It might be much more intricate and unnoticed than that. And maybe your Akashic records are just simply showing you this idea so that you may identify it and see, oh, maybe the way I was thinking, maybe all these worries are actually the root causes in a specific stigma that I'm worried about getting the tag for. So in all cases, I see the huge blessing here is that you're finding internal love and internal beauty and internal acceptance. And you're breaking free in such a strong way, because that is not an easy deal. You know, carrying these beliefs from whatever the society has put on us is not easy sometimes. So sometimes we can't even notice that we're doing that. And so your Akashic records here are showing that next you're breaking free. You're releasing yourself and breaking free from, you see, a lion, a dragon. This has been controlling you for a long time, making you stay up at night, taking your power from you is the right way we can see it. You're breaking your ties from this tradition or this old stigma or idea these days, and it's providing you a lot of strength. Now that you're getting that strength, you get to ask and choose, hey, which way do I want to go? Who do I want to be? Energetically, however, On the outside, it's releasing you from an old difficult cycle. This will result directly to you moving away from a difficult cycle in your life, to you instantly experiencing great abundance. And with the King of Wands, you're experiencing, along with that, great power. You will feel greatly empowered because King of Wands, Strength card, the assertion here, you're finding your confidence and your power. Endurance, you're finding your power. On the outside, because you have broken through the stigma, you're rising above what used to hold you down, hostage. What used to cause you lack, what used to make you feel so afraid, like, oh no, I'm not going to spend my energy there. Oh no, I'm not going to spend my money there. Oh no, I'm not going to take that step. I better like be polite and be kind or be good with my money because I don't want to be labeled with that. And so you're breaking free from the lack. You're breaking free from something that's been taking your personal power. Although, do you see with the Hanged Man here? You always had the key to release yourself. And you found that key these days. And so you're not going to be afraid of resources being lost anymore. Or you're not afraid of losing something anymore. You're not afraid of lack anymore. You're not afraid of being locked down anymore. And the awesome thing is that it's instantly helping you rise towards your dreams with the Star card. Instantly, you will see how changing your mindset and breaking free will energetically show on the outside world instantly. I do see with the 2 10s here, you're no longer going to be carrying something so heavy. You're going to feel free and you're going to experience abundance. It's like one idea that was the liminal line between these two energies. And as you're breaking free from that, you are experiencing full abundance as a result. And that's why I heard 2 options. What was it that I heard? It was something like that. Choosing between 2 things, I believe. And so your mind is now moving from one way of seeing the world to a different way. And as you shift that perspective, you begin a new exciting journey with the Page of Wands. So you might be asking, right, so what is going to appear on the outside world? Good question. Let's explore that. With Venus, this is opening up the door to a type of pleasure that you may not have allowed yourself to experience previously. You can see the King of Wands pointing towards a map. You have the Page of Wands. This is giving you permission, internal permission. It's like you are giving yourself internal permission to enjoy something you didn't previously enjoy as a result of this idea. Let's explore it together. This just might be one of the best emotions of freedom one can ever feel. As you finally allow yourself to enjoy something you haven't before. So what is this for pile number 1, please? And you were drawn to the Carnelian. You know, the Carnelian is confidence, it's power. It's also sensuality. It's feeling attractiveness, especially with Venus. It's like you are feeling happy in your world and in your life simply by giving yourself permission to do something. So let's explore what that is. I'm really curious for you guys. What is that for pile number 1, please? So you've got the 3 of Pentacles. I see you're making new plans now. Definitely at this point. You're making new plans. Because you've opened up yourself the possibility to do something different. You got the Lovers cards. New choices. Exactly. You're making new choices that you love. Knight of Wands. And that is resulting for sure to you taking a new journey, moving towards your passions and your dreams and what your heart desires. It is a bold move with a dragon. Super bold move, but you're sure of it. You have the 6 of Cups. The 8 of Swords. Wow. And the Wheel of Fortune. This direction is speaking directly to your inner child. It's like you offering your inner child respect, saying, I've always been stuck to the stigma, giving it to everyone else, and now I'm freeing you. I'm choosing you instead. I'm going to be hearing your voice. I'm going to be giving you a voice, and I'm going to be giving you love, and tell me what you want to experience, and I will set it free and experience it. So you're giving freedom to your inner child. And this is a stage of your life in which you're going to feel so excited, so free, so happy. And like I keep telling you, with the Wheel of Fortune, that is changing the energy around you. You're going to feel elated with the 10 of Pentacles. You're going to feel very abundant. And it is bringing a lot of fortune to you in so many areas of your life. So depending on what that inner child wish is and what type of stigma was holding you back from experiencing what your inner child loves being or doing, having, experiencing, you're going to choose it over everyone else. And that is like you connecting instantly with your inner child and never letting it go again. And because of that, you're actually starting to make new plans. And because of these new plans, your fortune around your life is absolutely going to change. Next, as I can see in the energy of your Akashic records, you will be experiencing more pleasure, more beauty, more sensuality is definitely coming up strong, more self-worth, more gratitude, more happiness, more love towards yourself and towards others. My dear pile number 1, this is definitely a big stage in your life. And it really shows us how changing your mind, changing the self with the first house, definitely makes a huge change on our outside world. And this is honestly what I'm seeing as the big change and the big blessing happening to you right now, next in your life. This was your reading, my dear pile number 1. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. This is the energy from your Akashic records. So can't wait to see what's going to happen next for you guys, what choices you'll be making. All the best of luck with that. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do whatever is important for you. If you have new health goals for this year, this is the book for you. I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in to be able to bring out these recipes for you guys. And if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes. And this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 1, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited for you guys. May you always be blessed, happy, and free. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful desert rose. And if you've chosen your pile using your card, then in that case, you were drawn to the moon. And if you've chosen your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Pisces, Capricorn, Libra, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not, I feel this one as well. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it. And do note that their energies will be matching the energy of the reading itself. Also, You'll find in a general reading that sometimes some specific details may resonate with you, and at other times it may not. It may simply be for someone else. And that is the nature of the general reading. Okay, so these are the oracle cards that we will be using, and I feel this one as well, that we will be using in today's reading. Finally, let's pull out some cards here. I think I'll draw out 3 for you. I see 1 right there, and 1 because of the split here, and then I think I'm gonna be taking this one as well. Okay, so let's keep it to the side and take a look at your cards. Right, so let's pull out this one actually. And you have a Sobek, the ancient Egyptian god Sobek, with unpredictability, right? Yeah, you've got the moon. Interesting. Oh, today we're taking a look at what big blessing is happening to you next as we tap into your Akashic records. So, you've got the ancient Egyptian goddess Tefnut with nurture. Right, very interesting. You've got the Suwolyo rune, and you can see sun, success, victory as your keywords. Interesting, so nice. You have kidnapped, okay. You have unexpected help, so nice. And job interview, really interesting. Okay, you have sun in Libra with harmony, love that. Again, when I mean their zodiac signs, they will be harmonizing with the energy of the reading. This is what I mean, definitely. Their energies will be matching the energy of the reading. You have Jupiter in Aries with enterprise, interesting. We've got job, interview, enterprise. Generally, I do see a lot of good luck coming up in your life. And you have the moon in Virgo with order. Can I put this here? I think you won't be able to see it, so let's keep it here. And you have the moon again and the main card is the moon, so there is definitely a focus on the moon card. You have the moon in Gemini with adaptability. Okay, wonderful. Let's now check out your tarot cards and ask. Tapping into your Akashic records, what big blessings are happening next for you? What big blessing is happening next for you? Oi, this is an extra card in the deck. Good thing I noticed it. Okay. What big blessing is happening next to you, for you? Right. So let's check out your tarot cards. You have the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Hermit, the Tower card. Look at that. Could be discovering something. The Ace of Wands, the Moon card, I just heard as I looked at these 2 cards, some of you may be finding a big secret regarding your ancestry line. I don't know why I heard that in such a strong way, but it looks like a very specific detail meant for someone here. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords. Oh, the Devil card. And you have the Two of Wands. I want to organize this in a way where you can see your cards. Let me get back to you. I think this is better. You can see your cards this way. And I felt like the Two of Wands, the only way you can see it if I would tilt it a little bit. And so instantly I thought, oh my God, maybe something is off balance here in this pile. Also, you've got a lot of moons. The Moon card, the Moon. We've seen it with the Moon in Gemini here. I've seen it somewhere else. Oh, yes. The Moon in Virgo. So you definitely have a lot of Moon. Seeing the Moon next to the Sun, because you have Sol, which is of course the Norse goddess of the Sun. Something has eclipsed your happiness, or eclipsed your shine, eclipsed your positivity, or eclipsed who you are, because the Sun is who we are as people. Eclipsed you, eclipsed your positivity. And I really feel with Kidnap here, it robbed away something so dear to you, your happiness, something about your character, your positivity towards the world. Something was deeply eclipsed here. Seeing all of the moons here, especially with the Devil card, it could be like Moon, Devil, could be a karma that you were going through that may have looked on the outside as brutal. But you know, Suwolyu is also not just success and victory, it's also guidance. So with Sobek, the ancient Egyptian god of the Nile, known, yes, of course, ancient Egyptians revered Sobek for his power and strength, but also were very afraid of Sobek because of his unpredictability, and that's why you have one of the keywords here. So something unpredictable, super powerful happened in your life. I don't know, like for a while, maybe even a long time ago, was winning over you. And you can see with the Tower card here, it was really unexpected. It came as a great surprise, but it was a brutal one, because it seems like it robbed something so big from you. It eclipsed your happiness in such a grand way. But I would say with Swolyu here, first before I talk about Swolyu, like I said with Tefnut, this was meant to nurture you. You can see the keyword nurture here. And the awesome thing that I'm seeing in your Akashic records, the energy of your Akashic records, is what once eclipsed you. You know, you are winning over, you know. I've had so many ideas at the same time as I was saying that I envisioned so many things. So let's take it one by one. So Soul is able to, manages to come out successful every single morning. Soul is chased by the wolf of the night, and then it manages to come out every morning. The sun, right? Also, it reminds me of the wolf and the moon card in tarot. So something chased you, robbed something away from you, and just like that happened, you too will manage these days to come out of this difficulty forever. Healing and growing as a person. Why am I saying growing specifically? Not just because you have the Hermit, which has seen the light, discovered what the lesson was amidst the chaos, which is the most important thing with Suwolyu here. You've grasped the lesson. And as I can see, what your Akashic records are showing us here, something so interesting. So you have Sobek, which, like I said, is the ancient Egyptian god of the Nile. The interesting thing about Sobek, since we are seeing about Sobek, is that it brings fertility to the land. And that's so important to Egypt and ancient Egypt. In fact, this fertility, this land was what ancient Egypt was named after. Kemet, this fertile black soil. So here you have Tefnut, which is a very powerful goddess, but was the goddess of rain, moisture. So what do you get with soil and rain? Sprouting of life. So it does show here that you're a fertile land that's ready to grow. In fact, you have been growing, and that's why you have unexpected help. See, job interview, to be honest with you, really reminds me of our guides. And I believe your guides have been noting your actions. They've been watching your progress. And it's kind of like, okay, pile number 2 is definitely ready with the career here and the salary for this new mission. They are ready to move on. And so you can see in all of the information we're seeing in your Akashic records that you will be getting unexpected help these days, taking you victoriously out of this darkness. You no longer need it. Your guides feel you don't need to go through this any longer. And your life is about to sprout in such a positive way. You can see yourself rising victoriously these days. It's so nice to see. I can see you overcoming this shadow. So what was once out of balance is now coming into balance. And you can see here with the Ace of Wands, a new child is born. We can see a new beginning is happening. And it's interesting how the Seven of Wands is depicted. Seven of Wands is facing challenges, but the Seven of Wands is always put on a higher plateau, showing that they have the capability of facing all of these challenges. And you can definitely see it here with the boar moving towards the people who are bullying him and going, get out of here. I'm not going to get bullied. So I do see you moving forward these days. You're moving past these challenges, and the most important thing is you are getting a surprise with the Four of Cups, something that you're not expecting. You can even see it here, unexpected help. The Queen of Cups is holding a note towards us. Perhaps this is communication, especially with Gemini, that is fated with the hand here, this Jupiter and Aries enterprise, that is fated, communication that is fated to come to you these days. This communication is going to be the help, the unexpected help that will make you move away from this situation and giving you the necessary power to do what it is that you want, to move past it and have a hold of a sort of power that helps you finish it off. Yeah, exactly. You will have so much power, you'll be able to finish this karma, this shadow off by yourself. So you will be empowered with the two ancient Egyptian god and goddesses. That is a lot of power in your reading. So you can see that with the King of Swords. You will be given the power to finish this karma off and move past it, signifying a definite new beginning to that old chaos. A new life is going to be born for you these days. Again, just like this came unexpectedly, also the help and the power is coming to you unexpectedly, helping you overcome which used to overcome you. Finally, things are coming into balance for you. I want to ask, since we have the energy of your Akashic records, what is that power that is going to be given to you and what is going to happen? So first, let's ask, what is that unexpected help and what power is it giving to you? May we get more information, please, about this communication or what this unexpected help is that is giving power to pile number 2, and what is that power, please? Oh, I just noticed the key of life twice. Someone's giving you the key to changing your life, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. King of Cups. An egg is being cracked. Yeah, I feel like a new beginning is definitely there. The King of Cups is floating over ice this time. You have the Lover's card. I see guidance. It's also falling on the Swolio rune. I see someone guiding someone. Okay, not surprised because you did have the note. The Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. That's really awesome. What are we seeing here? With the Ten of Pentacles, two are getting married, and you can see the Pope there, or the priest. Okay, it's interesting. Lovers and Ten of Pentacles getting married. Maybe some of you are finding the right person. You have the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the power to walk away. Very nice. Okay, these two cards. Wow, King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Oof. So, what's going to happen and what is this power? It is really interesting that the King of Cups is on ice, especially right next to the keyword emotions. I'm getting this idea with the freezing of emotions, that you're gaining control over your emotions. Yeah, that's what I want to say. It's like choosing duty. This King of Cups is choosing duty over emotions. They've matured. So you have personal needs. It's like your needs, your emotions are not controlling you anymore. I see you've become very stable and solid. It seems like, it's crazy, but it seems like, that's what I'm seeing, you're getting loving guidance on how to either heal your emotions, or guidance that will help you manage your emotions in such a mature way. And believe it or not, it is that guidance in that area, perhaps why things are sprouting and coming into balance, because it is the lesson you were meant to always learn. And so that is allowing you to achieve and manifest the things that you want with the Ten of Pentacles and find your success. Why? Because with the Eight of Cups, it's allowing you to move away from that which used to keep you hostage, that which used to chase you, maybe you're moving away from need, or moving away from mood changes, from emotions that used to tie you down. And now that your emotions somehow aren't tying you down, you're able to walk away from them just like that. That is bringing a lot of abundance, again with the King of Pentacles showing up in this part of your reading. And you have the Eight of Pentacles showing that you've gained great mastery at doing that. And so you holding the power, it's very fitting that it's the King of Swords, because with this guidance that you're getting with this unexpected help, it's that one piece of information that's going to click with you. It's going to help you mature in an area, in an emotional area that used to take great control over you. And sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it's an emotion that makes us be stuck in a specific job, or makes us be stuck in a specific relationship, or makes us stuck in a specific dynamic that we don't like. And we keep looking on the outside like, if this just happens, I'm going to get my right. If the justice happens, if the money increases, if just I get the promotion. Sometimes at the root cause and the root solution is how we feel. Are we too afraid to look for another job? Or are we too afraid to leave this person? Or are we too... do we have like turbulent emotions that is not allowing us to focus? Sometimes at the root of it all is the emotion. And I really feel like it was your emotions that was eclipsing how you saw the world. Maybe it was the reason you got into this whole cycle. It's kind of like it was putting you in an extreme position just for you to click and see within with the hermit. That it had to, that's why you have the hermit. It always had to do within. And sometimes getting a piece of information and controlling or getting a grasp and maturing emotionally really does help us make better choices, move towards our success. Sometimes we are our own enemy, tying ourselves down. Sometimes it's just us. And really, that's what I'm seeing in the energy of your Akashic records. I'm seeing with the 10 of cups, sorry, this is, 10 of cups, this is happy family. This is feeling so happy. You're finding your happiness. And you are moving as a result of that towards your success. No emotions are tying you down anymore. You are free, my dear pile number 2. And with that, there are no emotions hindering you from reaching your success. You're moving away from which used to tie you down. And because of that, with the King of Pentacles, you are gaining great abundance. But most importantly, you are mastering yourself. And this is exactly the energy that I see for you in the energy of your Akashic records of what big blessing is happening to you next. Your ground has become fertile. You can see the ancient Egyptian gods Sobek and Tefnut right there. I see that you really have succeeded in something and you've really gained a lot of power. My dear pile number 2, what used to be out of balance will easily be into balance. You're sprouting, you're growing exponentially, and the sun has risen for you once again. My dear pile number 2, this was your reading. I wish you the best of luck on what to expect next. Who would have thought that it's a little or maybe a big piece of advice, the message here, that will change everything for you. This was your reading, my dear pile number 2. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you 2 years ago. I'm very happy I can help in this way. And if you have health goals, this definitely is the ebook for you. If you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can even make use of both ebooks. You'll find that there are no duplicate recipes. And this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. My dear pile number 2, sending you so much love. Wishing you the best of luck. This is a positive time of your life. May you always be blessed and happy. That was your reading, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Ooh, looks like you've got your card here. Your crystal is the beautiful fluorite. Your card is the conjunction card. And if you've chosen your pile using your zodiac sign, then or signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aries, Cancer, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you, please note that their energies, first of all, will be matching the energy of the reading itself. That's why they are present in your reading, just like everything that happens. Also note that sometimes there are specific details in a reading that might pertain to you. They might be confirming your reading, and sometimes they're meant for someone else, and that is the nature of a general reading. Okay, so these are your oracle cards for today's reading. Let's pull out 3 from this deck. All right, so I see a split here. I'm going to take this card that I saw. There we go. 1, 2, yeah, why not? And 3. Whoa. So let's check out your cards. With conjunction, you have a mythological creature. You have the ancient Egyptian god Apophis with darkness. You have the Yera rune with harvest, reward, yearly cycle. Can I put a card here? Would you see it? I don't think so. Okay, so you've got idealistic organization. You have letter. And you have Mercury in Cancer with intuition. Okay, so these are your oracle cards. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what is going on here exactly. Very interesting. So as we tap into your Akashic records, may we kindly know, for pile number 3, please, what is their big blessing that is happening to them next? What big blessing is happening for them next, please? I kind of feel these two as well. Okay, so let's check out your tarot cards. You have the Judgment card. Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. You're rising. You have the High Priestess. High. The Ace of Swords. Are you getting a promotion? That would be awesome. You have the Six of Wands. The Death card. The Page of Wands. The King of Cups. 10 of Swords. Look at that. You are coming out of the darkness. You have the Wheel of Fortune. There's an important union as well that is happening. Look at that. You can't miss that. Okay. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Five of Cups. And you have the Seven of Swords. I think we can push these a little bit up. Yeah. So, what are we seeing here as we take a look at the energy of your Akashic records? My dear pile number 3. Medusa is definitely attracting my attention here, especially with the snake, because she had snake hair. And look at that. So there's definitely a highlight on, I believe, Medusa. Sorry, my cat just ran on the table. She was coming in to say hello. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing here, like there's an emphasis on the hair, because we did notice Medusa, right? Whose hair was turned into snakes. You can also hear with the Yera rune, you've got the goddess Sif, who has this beautiful golden hair. She's actually the golden hair goddess. So we see some form of great growth, great continuous growth happening in your life. So that's the first thing we notice, other than there is a union here going on. Growth, union, communication, high position. I would say, with the abundance of the wheat, which is what's grown out of Sif's hair, the wheat, symbolizing wealth that grows from the land, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Coming up next is great wealth. It seems like it's coming through communication. This can be seen in different ways. If you have someone who is passing on wealth to you from the other side, then in that case, you are getting some form of a letter telling you about an inheritance. This is a reading about what blessings to come. This is not a reading trying to tell you that someone is dying. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a blessing reading, right? But only if you have someone who has already passed on the other side, then in that case, you might be getting a letter of them leaving something very special to you. That will be of great abundance to you, of some great wealth to you. Now, for a lot of you, because the first thing I've noticed is position, higher position, you might be getting a promotion letter, a bonus letter, a promotion letter, letting you know that you have been promoted to a much greater position at your work. You will be getting a lot of power, it seems, and you've been waiting for this for a long time. Your situation at work is transforming, you're rising, and as a result of that, you are getting great wealth in terms of salaries and benefits and whatnot. So that's another way to read your cards, knowing that this is a general reading. There could be a lot of ways to read this. But in all cases, if this is your job, you're coming together with a new team. And look at this, idealistic organization. This new team is going to be fantastic. You will love your union with them. And together you will be successful and creating great fortune together. If you have your own business, your business is growing. If you have your own business, if you have your own page, social media page, your own thing, then you can see here, this is definitely growing. And the union in that case could be like the people around you who are interested in what you are, the service or the product you are providing. And you can see there's a lot of union around you. Again, leading to great wealth and abundance. So take it how it resonates, but you can see the elements here are a union of people. You can see wealth, and you can see communication. These are three strong things happening next in the energy that we're picking up from your Akashic records. I see rising above great difficulty, because you can see with the Death card and the Ten of Swords, you have been suffering a lot. You have been feeling a lot of pain. There is a letter coming to you. This is a letter sent specifically to you, letting you know that your situation is changing. Maybe someone's communicating with you, letting you know, hey, we are interested in working with you. We are interested in promoting you. We are interested in, something like that. We want to promote you. We want you to be in this position, handling that team. And up next, you'll be dealing with a lot of people. Most important thing with the darkness here is that you are coming out of quite a rather a difficult situation with the Ten of Swords. This is no small issue. It seems like you have been greatly suffering in the past, and that situation is transforming for you. That letter I can see with the Page of Wands will bring you a lot of excitement, and you will really feel honored with the King of Cups. You'll feel like you're being absolutely respected with that letter. It will really feel honoring. Yeah, definitely. And it will mark a new beginning towards the type of success you've wanted. You feel like life's energy with the Wheel of Fortune is moving to your favor. And you will be seeing up next so many things changing around you. With this communication. The most important energy that I'm seeing here is the growth element. Some of you, by the way, just a side note, some of you are going to have healthy, beautiful, radiant hair that's going to be growing. That's a side note to what we're seeing, but that, yeah, it is evident. It is showing up in your reading. But mainly the energy is that there's a new union, or there's a lot of people that you're working with. And I see this floating, meditating person. Yeah, they're meditating and floating in the sky. So again, that energy of you rising above something. Also, Gabriel with communication, that Gabriel again, that's happening through strong communication in your life. Now, although this is going to be a bliss that's going to happen for you, you're going to love this type of growth that is happening for you. You want to take it very slow, is your guidance here. The guidance that we're seeing. It's kind of like as we tap into your Akashic records, it's a field of information where we're seeing some important guidance on how to move successfully through that phase of your life. Because the wheels of fate are turning to your favor. You're going to feel very fortunate and blessed at this time of your life. You are being guided to take it slow. Why? Because I see here with the Seven of Swords, what's tricky about your situation is that you're carrying so many responsibilities at this stage that you're getting into. I see that due to the many responsibilities and the dark representing you not really able to see exactly what's coming next, it might cause you to trip or make a few things fall. And that may make you regret, with the spilt milk here, regret the things that have fallen from you. Because obviously they are all important to you. You're taking them off their back. They're not hurting you anymore, the things that used to hurt you, but you are carrying the important things this time that you want to take care of, along with the responsibilities that you will be carrying as an addition to this new role. So your guidance that I definitely see here for you to navigate through that time successfully is to move slowly. The Knight of Pentacles shows you that even if you're going to do one little thing about all of these responsibilities every day, then be it. The Knight of Pentacles is steadfast energy. It doesn't matter the amount of things that you do. What matters is consistency. So your guidance in order to carry all of these things that you wish to achieve, or you're carrying because they are important to you, your guidance through this very fortunate time is to take care of these things. Don't let them fall from you, because each and every drop will hurt. To do that, you're being guided to at least do one tiny thing about them every day. Let's say this is talking about 10 responsibilities that you have. It's not about doing the best every single day, every single time in all of these 10 responsibilities, but at least see where you want to focus the most effort on during that time. As you're saving something, or something is an emergency, or something is important that you want to achieve. The rest, don't just drop it. Do at least with the Knight of Pentacles one little thing with them every day. This way, you're able to carefully carry all of these responsibilities until the night goes, the sun comes back up, and you're able to make all of these things work at the same time for you. So that's the guidance that I'm seeing here in your Akashic records on this next phase of your life. Because yes, are you ending a terrible cycle with the Ten of Swords? Definitely, especially with the Death card being present. That's all ending. But does it mean that you will not have responsibilities? Oh boy, you are going to have a lot, maybe even more than before. But they are all important to you. And this is a phase of your life where you're going to be very successful with the Six of Wands. Very abundant with the Queen of Pentacles and everything we're seeing here. It's a time of great growth for you. And all of these elements that you're carrying are piece by piece an important element towards your growth and abundance. So honor them, harbor them, don't throw them away, don't think about dealing with them later, but to deal with all of it slowly. Put your most focus on the important things and deal with the rest, even if you're going to do one tiny thing, one tiny thing in the other things until you're able to pick them up. Don't let it go. They're all working for you, creating that abundance. Do note that in this next phase of your life, there is both the element of darkness and light. The light will win over because that's the story of Ra and Apophis. So the light is winning over the darkness for sure. But in this next phase of your life, as I'm picking up from your reading, you will be getting a lot of abundance that you will love, but there will be an aspect of you yet trying to figure things out. And that's designed for you to find the light in which you want to achieve. So be patient is what I'm seeing as your guidance. Use your intuition. You might not see exactly what's going on, but this is the sort of thing that you're meant to figure out within the abundance. You're given this awesome high position. You're given this great abundance. And with that comes the new challenges of you trying to figure things out. You are meant to figure out the way yourself, in which you will. You're someone who's blessed with great intuition. That will be communicating to you, letting you know exactly what to do in every single situation. So fear not. The lightness will be coming after the darkness, and this meaning you'll be illuminated in which you didn't know before. And this light and dark did come out in pile number 2, and so if you were drawn to it, I highly recommend it. They also got this darkness and light thing in such a strong way, so if you want to check it out, you could. But what I'm trying to say is use your intuition. You will know exactly what to do if you move slowly. If you don't rush, if you don't drop things, if you don't feel frustrated, you won't hear amidst all this chaos the sound of your intuition. And so you're being guided through your Akashic records of exactly how to navigate this time. When you take things slowly and make sure that you're steadfast with everything that you are carrying, you will be able to see what is needed to be done exactly, how to approach things, how to navigate through the unknown. And in a blink of an eye, you'll find yourself able to handle all of these together so easily. You'll feel like you've got this. And that's the High Priestess here. Not knowing not being able to see further, but having an open mind to learn through the situation itself. And you're only rising from here, my dear pile number 3. Your whole life is transforming, like I said, to your favor. But you're learning, you're gaining new muscles in this new grand position that you're getting into. So I hope you heed the call and with the guidance that you're getting from your Akashic records on how to perfectly, or the best way to navigate through this time. Don't drop anything. Do at least one tiny thing in regards to everything that you're carrying, because it's contributing to your growth. I can't help but stare at your letter. You're expecting communication here. Some of you are actually waiting for communication. So if you're waiting, you know what this means. If not, let me help you out and get more information on what this letter card is showing you. What is this communication that you're receiving? Like I said, for a lot of you, it's like a position, a promotion or something. Two of Cups is so nice. It's coming with a lot of love and harmony. The Hierophant. It's like, I get it. The Hierophant, for a lot of you, this is traditional for you to happen. So, and traditional could be inheritance. Traditional could be you've reached a certain threshold in your company and now you're going to be promoted and given this high position. Traditional could be with the Two of Cups. Could be a certificate. You've been learning something and you're getting you might even get a certificate of appreciation that will be like a great credit when you do your own business or when you apply for a certain position. Also, someone wants to cooperate with you. Communication of admiration leading to commitment. Union. Oh my God. The Six of Wands, how did I miss that? Some of you are also on top of that great growth that is happening. Some of you are coming into union with someone. How did I miss that? The beautiful golden hair and the Six of Wands getting married and the union. Some of you are getting a letter of love. And this is someone who you're definitely going to commit to later with the Hierophant and this specific Six of Wands. So that's also another option. And like I said, a letter of appreciation, wanting to commit with you in whatever it is you're doing if you have your own business. That's really helping you rise here in your business. Yeah. So these are all the different things that I'm seeing. Your life is changing in a positive way. It will require new learnings that you're going to go through, and I'm so happy you got your guidance. I think in every pile we found guidance in their Akashic records. So yeah, you're beginning a new cycle, my dear pile number 3. You're getting the harvest, the rewards of the old cycle. You're going to be very abundant. There's a lot of wealth coming up, like I said, with everything else. And yeah, I see great things ahead for you, my dear pile number 3. This is exactly what I see in your cards in terms of the energy of your Akashic records of what big blessing to expect next. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. If you have health goals this year, this is truly the ebook for you. I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you guys. If you want any more information with regards to what to expect in this ebook, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. If you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. This way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. There are no duplicate recipes in both ebooks. And like I said, if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. My dear pile number 3, sending you so much love, sending you the best of luck in this next chapter of your life. May you be happy, abundant, blessed. And please don't forget to update me. Sending you so much love, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.